word nightmare is not a mere poetic description of a bad dream. It is rooted in the literal weight of the Mare, a figure from Scandinavian folklore said to sit upon the chest of the sleeper, pinning them into a suffocating waking trance. In those moments of heavy stillness, where the mind is awake but the body is bound, who, or what, is the source of the weight? Let us first listen to the story.
Just a reminder, everything you see on this channel is AI generated. All info should be regarded as entertainment, not facts. Now let's listen to the story.
Sit closer to the hearth. The fire is thin tonight, and the shadows are growing long across the floorboard. You must listen well. When the sun hides, the Mare walks among us, seeking those who sleep too deeply. She finds your breath heavy. She sits upon your chest, pinning your limbs until you cannot scream or even move. My father warned me. He saw the weight of her spirit, a suffocating pressure that steals the air from your lungs. She is the reason we bolt our doors and keep our neighbors' fires burning till the first light hits the snow. When the moon hangs low and heavy, she seeks those whose breath grows shallow in the deep of the winter night. She is the Mare. She finds the weary soul and sits upon their chest, stealing the very air from their lungs. You will wake, yet you cannot move a finger. You are trapped beneath her weight while your eyes fly wide in terror. She stays until you are choked by her presence, a shadow pressing down until your heart beats against your very ribs. My grandfather saw the marks she left on the neighbors. To be caught by her is to lose your breath forever. She does not walk the path of day, for she waits when the sun sinks low. When your eyes grow heavy and the hearth fire dims, she finds your door. You will feel it first as a weight upon your chest, like a heavy stone laid by a giant. Your breath becomes short, caught in the tightening grip of her presence. In the shadow by your head, she sits. She is a silent weight, a presence that drains the air from the room until you are trapped within your own failing body. Village elders spoke of those who woke crying out in the night, their voices raspy from the struggle. They knew she had visited them and sat upon their very souls. Do not mistake her for a mere shadow of the mind. She is the Mare of the night. Once she marks you with her weight, your spirit carries that burden forever. My grandfather told me of a man named Ole who would wake paralyzed in his bed, unable to draw a full breath while a heavy unseen weight crushed his chest. He screamed in his mind as the Mare sat upon him. She did not have claws or horns. She was simply a crushing weight that stole the very air from his lungs. Listen closely. Neighbors would find him the next morning, pale and trembling as if a great stone had sat upon his chest all through the night. The mark of her touch remains. She is the reason we call it a nightmare. It is not a dream of terror, but the physical reality of her presence pinning your spirit down while your body remains trapped and frozen. When she visits your house tonight, do not fight the weight. If you struggle against her, she will only press harder and stay until the sun rises to break her hold upon you.
The term nightmare is not merely a poetic description of a bad dream. It finds its etymological roots in the literal presence of the Mare, a figure from Scandinavian folklore who physically oppressed the sleeper until they could scarcely breathe in the night. In historical records, these accounts were often entwined with local beliefs regarding witchcraft and magic. Within the structured society of rural Scandinavia, the figure of the Mare became a cultural vessel for interpreting the terrifying experiences of nocturnal visitation through a religious lens. Modern science now provides a physiological framework for these ancient tales. The sensation of being weighed down or pressed upon while conscious, the primary hallmark of the Mare's visit, aligns with our modern clinical understanding of sleep paralysis, a documented biological phenomenon. This occurs when the body remains in a state of muscle paralysis intended for REM sleep while the mind awakens. This REM intrusion creates an intense gap where the sleeper is conscious but immobilized, often leading to vivid hallucinations and a terrifying sense of suffocation. While many today view these events as a byproduct of sleep deprivation or anxiety, the legacy remains. The transition from folklore to medicine shows how humanity has always sought meaning in the moments where the line between reality and the dream world blurs. Despite these clinical explanations, a minority of contemporary cases still lean toward the supernatural. It leaves us with a lingering question. Where does the biological mechanism end and the enduring power of cultural folklore begin to take hold? In some older rural parishes, keepers of the local records noted accounts where common ailments were not merely seen as physical failures, but as signs of spiritual interference from a heavy, lingering presence in the night. These archives reveal the enduring weight of belief. For centuries, many families did not separate their physical suffering from the stories they told to explain it, living in a world where the supernatural was mundane. Deep in the archives of folk tradition, we find cases where individuals confess to enduring the presence of a shadowy figure while unable to move, their heavy chests bearing the weight of an invisible, oppressive force. These documented accounts remain distinct from mere physiological descriptions. They are whispers of a time when the line between a body's failure and a spirit's visitation was blurred by fear and the authority of local tradition. Even today, as science offers a window into the brain's actions during sleep paralysis, some still find comfort or recognition in the old names of the land, where the shadow remains ever present,